this new album, I think, was absolutely amazing. And I think that, I know years ago you were sharing a stage with Gamma Ray for a little bit, with Gambling with the Devil, and, playing a couple songs together. But now you bring Michael, Kiske, and Kai into the band, and you guys write an album. And what was it like for you to write songs for multiple singers? And you wrote some stuff for, with Michael Kiske in mind and Andy in mind, and talk about that process. Was it different for you, or did you just write and it just naturally came together for you?
I think the energy was different, but that comes down to being 7 guys instead of being 5 guys. And also before we developed this consistency, like you said before, we've built, and the same went down with recording albums and writing songs. It was like we just knew what each other was doing. And with Kai coming back to the band, there was this chaotic factor coming back as well, which I really like, because it's also opening doors that I wanted to open sometimes and couldn't, and he does that. And so there's always something unexpected coming in, and I like that for this record. You would expect something and it would happen differently, and I like that. And Michael, the same I said about Vicky, I could say about Michael Kiske. Like from the first meeting on, him and we had a very special bond. Like we were instantly sitting together next to each other, and we've been talking for 2 hours or so, and there and for me it's all about the vibe. If I feel bad, I couldn't write music, and if I don't have a good vibe, I couldn't create something for a record. And with these guys, you certainly can. It's having a good bond with a singer you write a song for it's just great, because you need trust. You need to trust each other. And so that happened. That helped a lot. And but at the same time, the old guys, like I finished Best Time, for instance. I finished with Andy together. It was like something we never did before in almost 20 years. We normally we would send MP3s to each other, and then we would work on like little bits and pieces in certain songs, but we wouldn't like sit down together in one room and trying things out. And that happened for the first time as well. Like Andy and I would sit in a hotel room and finishing a song together, and as a team, and I like that. So I think the whole energy, the whole vibe we're having now is just great. It's very inspiring, and that helped the album as well, I think.
There's definitely a positive energy that I can tell you that I've never, I can feel vibes from people, and there's such a positive energy from the record, and even from the live show, and even seeing you guys, it's like there's always been that, in my opinion, as long as I've known you and some of the guys. But I think with Michael Kiske, when I interviewed him, it was funny. He said, one of the things that he said to me was that Helloween, you have 7 extremely different people that get together and it just works. And I think that's interesting when you think about it, because I never thought of everybody that way. I mean, I don't know Kai that well, but from everybody else, it's everybody's different, but you get together and you make these records and play shows, and everybody's pretty happy. I mean,
the funny part is I don't want to be too esoteric about it, but there's something about, we like the situation with the drummers we had before. I think it wasn't working because of the characters, not because of the abilities. I mean, Stefan was a great drummer, and also Mark. He was very capable of playing the drums, and But I think to be a Helloween member, you have to be quirky in some sense and being weird and different, and it's like a bunch of weirdos doing music together, and really I think that's the case. I think that everybody of us is like we're calling ourselves Halloweens, you know, we're Halloweens. It's that way, you know. Everybody's different, but we're not. It's like, how can I describe that? It's really like we found each other. It's like a certain type of humor. It's a certain, that's actually, I have to say, that's like the biggest glue in the band as well. You know, like for instance, you said Kai before. Kai and I, we couldn't be more different from each other. We were like the totally opposite, like everything, you know. But the humor is the glue here, you know. It's sticking us together, and then also a certain vibe, you know. There's a certain vibe within the band and in the combination of characters that is creating something that probably only we can create in that sense, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, also like things like being cringy, like Helloween can be a very cringe band as well, and that in the metal scene is almost impossible. But for some reason we can do that, and I think it comes down to the characters and to the energy we're creating, and then taking that a step further. You know, there's Keeper of the Seven Keys. We said like what it all just makes sense and it's falling into place. It's like 7 keys that created that album, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't say like from a scientific perspective, it's probably nonsense, but you know, but I really believe that there's some vibe we're creating together, and because we're so different characters, at the same time we're not so different, like from what it's important to us, you know. Like I said before, like Kai and I, we find the same things important, although we're totally different.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button to become an official follower of the Metal Command Show here on YouTube for great interviews, reviews, commentary, and much more. Also, don't forget to check out www.metalcommand.net.